4th of July in Boston. Where better to spend it than Fenway Park, where the Sox return home. Red Sox and Blue Jays come your way next on Independence Day. A beautiful day high atop Fenway Park as we play baseball. It's the Red Sox and Blue Jays in Game 1 of a 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox are done with interleague play. They end up going 10-8 during the interleague season, and the Red Sox are happy that it is over, and certainly David Ortiz is happy as well.
Oh, you're right, Don. Nobody's happier than David Ortiz. Now he gets back in the lineup on a regular basis. We'll take a look at his numbers before interleague play, which were tremendous. You can see the .313 average, the 17 home runs, 48 RBIs, but he went 0 for 11 on this road trip with a couple of starts and mostly pinch hitting performances, and that's very difficult for a guy that's accustomed to getting 4 or 5 at-bats a day. So David Ortiz very happy, even though he's still hitting .301, to get back into the lineup today on a regular basis, and it certainly makes the Red Sox offense better. They're going to need it. The Toronto Blue Jays are playing pretty good baseball. They're swinging the bats very well. The Red Sox need all the offense they can get.
Well, a great day to be at Fenway Park or in the river. The Red Sox and Blue Jays are coming your way next. On the Green Monster and left, and Bridget Leiden from Squantum, Massachusetts, from the U.S. Navy. Her family's expecting just to see her on the video board. They saw her live and in person here at Fenway Park in a very emotional pregame ceremony at Fenway on this July 4th. Very much enjoyed by the Red Sox players and all in attendance here at Fenway Park. So we move on to baseball on what is a very nice day here at Fenway Park. Blue skies above on the warm side. And as the Red Sox have taken the field today, as they do, let's check out the Toronto Blue Jays starting 9. Rajai Davis is in center field. Eric Thames is in left field. He bats second. Jose Bautista, third base, with Adam Lind at first base in the cleanup spot. Edwin Encarnacion is the DH. Aaron Hill is at second base. He bats sixth, with Travis Snyder in right field batting seventh. Jose Molina does the catching, bats eighth. And John McDonald is at shortstop. He bats ninth. On the mound is John Lackey, 13th start of the year, 5-7 with a 6.81 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at .290 against Lackey. Last time out against the Phillies, a loss, gave up just 2 runs in 7 2/3. There's the first pitch of the ball game, is in there for strike one, and we're underway. Rajai Davis leading it off here for the Blue Jays in the first. And it's in tight. Davis sitting at .233 with a home run and 17 runs batted in. This is lined down the left field line towards the corner, and that's going to get in. Reddick over to play it on a hop. Davis, who can fly, headed to second base. The head first slide in safely. The double to get the first inning started for the Blue Jays.
Well, Rajai Davis came into the game a .375 hitter against John Lackey, and that continues in the leadoff spot today. Gets a Lackey fastball that's inside and pulls it down that left field corner for the double to lead off the ball game.
So Davis at second base, Eric Thames the batter. Lackey bluffing off the backside as Davis goes back to the bag.
Davis has 21 steals on the season. He's been caught 8 times.
There's strike one from Lackey to Eric Thames. Thames at .329, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Played 8 games since his recall. As he takes a pitch inside, and it's a ball and a strike. He's 13 for 34. Hitting at 382 since being recalled. His first major league home run earlier this year. This is to center field. Jacoby Ellsbury coming in. He'll make the catch below the cap high for the first out.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. They're third in the American League with 41 errors on the season. Kevin Youkilis at third base, Marco Scutaro the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Adrian Gonzalez the first baseman. Left to right, Josh Reddick, Jacoby Ellsbury, and J.D. Drew, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Lackey.
One down, Rajay Davis at second base here for the Toronto Blue Jays. Great shot at Fenway Park from high above as Lackey again doing what he can to keep Rajay Davis close. Shoelace came untied, so Davis going to work on that left foot.
That was a very emotional pregame ceremony.
Yes, it was. Pitch to Bautista is a strike over the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
You imagine coming to the ballpark, the Leiden family expecting to look up and just see a message on the video screen, and all of a sudden,
here she comes.
Yes.
Bridget and family. Red Sox did a great job of keeping that under wraps. Davis takes off for third. The throw from Saltalamacchia is going to get away. Davis is going to hop up and head plateward, and the Blue Jays lead it 1-0. That's what speed can do. They're worried about him. And Davis takes third base and then hops up and scores, and the Blue Jays lead it 1-0.
Yeah, Rajay Davis can cause that kind of havoc on the base paths. There's a throw to third base from Saltalamacchia, just deflects off the glove of Kevin Youkilis, trying to be quick with the tag. And then once it gets by Youkilis, Rajay Davis pops up and scores the run.
That is his fifth stolen base against the Red Sox this season. The error was charged to Youkilis on the play down the right field line. J.D. Drew onto the track by the stands, leans and can't get it. It's out of play, just out of his reach.
Drew going right to the fence, reaches over and just goes to the side of his glove.
So it's 0-2 and gives Bautista another chance, something you don't want to do. Leads the majors with 27 home runs. He's also walked a ton. Leads the majors with 70 walks. And on base percentage of .471. 0-2 is on the ground. Pedroia to his right's got it. 2 down in the inning. So Bautista retired, and Adam Lind coming up. Into the cleanup spot now, having a very good season for the Blue Jays. He had .310, 16 homers, and 49 runs batted in. Despite playing in just 59 games, those numbers. John Farrell brings his team in at 41 and 44. 3 games under 500. They are 10.5 back. There's a swing and a miss for Lind on a pitch up 95 that time from Lackey.
That's the best velocity we've seen from Lackey in quite some time.
Rounded foul, and Lackey jumps ahead here 0-2. And then broke the bat on that foul ball, so he'll get a new one. Look at the standings starting today. I mentioned the Blue Jays 10.5 back. The Yankees lost against the Mets last night. Red Sox winning, so now they're a game and a half back of New York to start the day. And the Yankees playing tonight in Cleveland as they begin a series. There is an 0-2 pitch to Adam Lind. That is up and away, 1-2. Those good numbers against John Lackey for Adam Lind at .571. And half the hits he has against Lackey are extra base hits. Swing and a miss. Lind strikes out this time. Blue Jays get a run in the first, lead it 1-0 with the Red Sox coming up. Southwest Airlines. It is a spectacular day in Boston on this July 4th as the Red Sox return home to take on the Toronto Blue Jays, and it's the Blue Jays take a 1-0 advantage as they get a run in the top of the first inning. Red Sox coming up in the bottom of the first. Brandon Morrow on the mound for the Jays today. 14th start of the year, 4-4 with a 4.56 earned run average. 75 innings. He's got 91 strikeouts. Opponent sitting at .246 against Morrow, the former Seattle Mariner. Won last time out against the Pittsburgh Pirates. 7 innings, giving up 1 run, and he had 10 strikeouts. Ready to work to Jacoby Ellsbury, who stands in. Ellsbury takes ball 1. Line to center. That's in for a base hit. Ellsbury. That's the homestand. Started off with a single to center. Let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury, we just saw in center field. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Adrian Gonzalez is at first base. Kevin Youkilis at third. David Ortiz DH. Josh Reddick in there in left field, bat sixth. Jared Saltalamacchia does the catching for J.D. Drew in right field, and Marco Scudero bats ninth, the shortstop. So lead runner on against Brandon Morrow and Jacoby Ellsbury at first base. And here is Dustin Pedroia. Pitch out and nothing doing.
Red Sox have had good success against Morrow. He's faced him 12 times, 4 starts, a record of 0-2 with an ERA of 9.
Red Sox racked up 9 runs in 4 1/3 against him earlier this year. As Pedroia takes a strike over the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Red Sox ended up winning that game 16-4 against Brandon Morrow. Adrian Gonzalez waits on deck. Pedroia taking another strike. Was thinking about swinging, couldn't pull the trigger, and it's 1-2.
That time the slider from Brandon Morrow picks up the outside corner against Pedroia. Fastball, slider, changeup from Morrow.
On the ground, left side to short, to second for 1, on to first. It is not in time. Nice bid though by John McDonald to get that started. He had to go to his right, and they do get Ellsbury at second base.
Yeah, the only reason it was that close because of the quick work of John McDonald at shortstop. He really gets it quickly to Aaron Hill, but Ellsbury's right on top of Hill. He takes him out, and Pedroia just beats it at first base. There's a slide by Ellsbury. He makes Hill leave his feet. Tough to get a lot on a throw like that.
So 1 out and 1 on, and Adrian Gonzalez is coming up. Adrian 0 for 3 yesterday, did walk twice. Final game of the series against the Astros in Houston. Pedroia starts and stops at first as Gonzalez takes ball 1. Adrian at .350, 16 home runs and 74 runs batted in. This one is chop foul, and it's 1-1. Well, if you're headed to the All-Star game, you got a star, and Adrian Gonzalez certainly is. Jacoby Ellsbury had led off the inning, headed to his first All-Star game. Part of the 4 selections for the Red Sox, the American League All-Star team. Gonzalez takes ball 2, 2-1. Adrian's had good numbers against everybody, but especially the Blue Jays. .378, 4 home runs, 10 runs batted in 9 games. There is a 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
Another good slider there from Morrow as he gets no contact on this swing by Adrian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez slaps it foul, hangs at 2-2. Well, we would like to thank Liberty Mutual for providing these beautiful aerial views of Fenway Park and of Boston today. On this Independence Day from Boston, Massachusetts, the Red Sox are hosting the Toronto Blue Jays, game 1 of a 3-game series.
Nice to be back home.
Long trip.
Whew.
Gonzalez takes ball 3, full count, 95 that time from Morrow, but up. Throw over and back is Pedroia. Red Sox playing day baseball, where the Red Sox are 20-7 in 27 day games. Second best mark during the day. The Yankees are 24-5. Pedroia takes off, swing and a miss for Gonzalez, and Pedroia will be out. He was sprawling. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and it ends the first. Blue Jays lead it 1-0. As NESN's coverage of minor league baseball continues, the Pawtucket Red Sox are in Rochester to take on the Red Wings tonight. Kyle Weiland takes the mound for the Paw Sox, coming off a 1-hitter in his last start. It's all live at 7, and it's right here on NESN. Top of the second inning, John Lackey back on the mound. Blue Jays have a 1-0 advantage. And Edwin Encarnacion leading it off here for the Jays. There's ball 2, 2-0. .250 average, 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Leads the club with 18 doubles this year. And sends one foul out of play. Had a home run yesterday and has 4 home runs over the last 9 games. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Lackey keeping that fastball down and away from Encarnacion. Gets the swing and miss.
Blue Jays are 3rd in home runs coming into this series. This is driven to deep left field, but Reddick will have room shy of the track as he puts it away for out number 1. Let's send it down to Heidi.
Well, Don, Carl Crawford is eligible to come off the disabled list, but the team still isn't sure of a timeline when he will be ready. Crawford continues to make improvements, and as Terry Francona told us, he had a great day today.
I just talked to him a couple minutes ago. He had a really good day today, and it's not an easy day to have a really good day. I mean, we got off the plane at 10:30, 11, and we got a quick turnaround. But he did. He increased the intensity a little bit. He did change the direction. So he'll get looked at by Tom Gill today, and then the next thing would be base running. So I don't know. I just told him I'll check with him every day and see how he's doing.
Now that manager report is brought to you by Bigelow Tea, Terry Francona's green tea of choice. Don?
All right, Heidi, thanks very much. Aaron Hill takes one out of the yard, and the Toronto Blue Jays take a 2-0 lead. 4th home run of the year. Solo shot into the monster seats, and the Jays lead it 2-0.
Aaron Hill's had very little success against John Lackey in his career, only 160, but he gets this fastball out over the plate and takes it into the monster seats for number 4 on the season for Hill.
Hill's 7th career home run here at Fenway Park. There is Travis Snyder. Kind of been a down year for Hill overall. You look at his numbers: 3 homers, 31 runs batted in, a .240 average. But a home run here for Aaron Hill, and the Toronto Blue Jays able to take a 2-0 advantage. Snyder at 184, 1 home run, 12 runs batted in. He'll send it out towards the gap in left center field. That'll get down. Over is Ellsbury to play it as Snyder stumbles between first and second. The throw is not going to be in time. He still gets in. But a big stumble between first and second. He almost went down.
Almost did, didn't he? He stumbled around first and second base, almost fell down flat in his face, but was able to regroup himself and get into second base. There he goes, almost twice. And then gets in standing up at second base with the double.
So 1 out for Jose Molina. Fletcher hitting at .301, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. There's strike 1.
These Blue Jays can hit home runs. They are 3rd in the American League in home runs. Yankees are 1st, Texas 2nd, then the Toronto Blue Jays.
Swing and a miss. Pitch down and away. 0-2 now. Jose Molina. That's outside. 1-2. Blue Jays are 8th in the American League in batting average, hitting at .253 coming in, 5th in runs scored. He now backs off, trying to get on the same page with Saltalamacchia.
Molina having a tough time getting something out of his eye.
Lackey ready with a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Molina goes chasing and strikes out. Second K for John Lackey. 2 down.
Lackey gets Molina on the cut fastball. Molina now 0 for 10 in his career against John Lackey. That ball down off the plate, and Molina chases it.
So 2 down. Travis Snyder at second base, and John McDonald coming up. McDonald fouls off the first pitch. Connecticut native, Providence College graduate, and known for his glove more than anything else. One of the game's best defenders. He hits at 197, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. His 32nd start today, 7th at shortstop, made 11 at second base, and 14 at third base. This is to shallow right center, falling fast, and that'll fall in for a hit. Round from second comes Snyder. The throw is not going to be in time, and the Blue Jays strike again. They lead it 3-0. John McDonald had a home run earlier this season off John Lackey this time's got an RBI single.
And McDonald now has 4 RBIs against the Red Sox this season. That was toward the end of the bat. And you see it's going to drop in front of Jacoby Ellsbury. Takes a shot at home plate, but it's not going to be close. And the Blue Jays out quickly in this one.
He's now 4 for 11 in the season series against the Red Sox. Stands at first with 2 down. And here is Rajai Davis. Davis takes strike 1. Second time through this Blue Jays order now for John Lackey. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The Red Sox certainly glad to be done with interleague play. Back home now, but back in the American League East. A lot of American League East coming up here for the Red Sox in their immediate future. 13 games in a row for Terry Francona and his team against the American League East. Good news is the Yankees are not part of those 13 games. 1-2 and a check on McDonald at first base. Red Sox with 3 against Toronto, 4 against Baltimore, the All-Star break, and then 3 in Tampa, 3 in Baltimore. Runner goes, 1-2 pitch is popped up. Pedroia battling the sun at second base will make the catch that ends the inning. Blue Jays tack on 2 more. They lead it 3-0. September 9th at Fenway Park when they'll be shipping up to Boston. The Mighty Mighty Bosstones will be opening for them on both nights. A portion of the proceeds from the 2 shows will benefit the Massachusetts 9/11 Fund, which helps support families of victims of 9/11 throughout the state. Tickets will go on sale July 7th at noon online at redsox.com/dropkicks. Bottom of the second inning back at Fenway Park. 3-0. Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Jays getting a run in the first, 2 in the second. And Kevin Youkilis leading it off as he takes strike 1 from Brandon Morrow. Youkilis at 271. 11 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Looper out to shallow right. Hill backpedaling, makes the catch. Had to backpedal, get the glasses down, and then find the baseball again, and he did all of it to make the catch.
That's very tough to do, backpedal all the way to the outfield like that to make a catch. Sometimes you feel like you just can't get going fast enough when you're backpedaling like that, but Hill is somehow able to make the play. Puts the glasses down, makes the catch. Youkilis becomes the first out of the second.
So 1 out. Nice play by Hill, who's homered in this game. Here's David Ortiz back in his familiar DH spot as he takes ball 1. Well, the familiar shift put on here by the Jays. They are stacked up on the right side as you look at David's numbers. 301, 17 homers, 49 runs batted in. This is as much as a hole to the right that you will see. Aaron Hill lined up, is stacked up over there on the right side and towards the line.
That's almost like a double shift.
Dubs on the shift.
Yeah, Dubs on the shift. That's a good one. You got trips on one side, but Dubs on the shift.
Two 1 to Ortiz. He is up and away. 3-1. Well, David did not have a hit on the trip. Terry Francona was pleased with as many at bats as they were able to get David Ortiz between the 2 starts and the pinch hitting appearances. But David was 0 for 11. Chops it outside of first and foul. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Ortiz strikes out. 96-mile-an-hour fastball down and in.
Now, Morrow has good velocity. There's no question about that. His fastball right down at the knees, actually below the knees of David Ortiz. At 96, picks up his second strikeout.
So 2 down, and Josh Reddick coming up. 422 for Reddick. A home run and 10 runs batted in. So he takes strike 1 from Morrow. Brandon Morrow, 26 years old, will turn 27 at the end of July. This is fouled off. Morrow last year in his first full season in the majors was 10-7 for the Toronto Blue Jays, originally with the Mariners, and a lot of relief appearances for Seattle in the 3 years he spent with the M's. It was a first-round pick by Seattle in 06. Swing and a miss. This one gets a long way away from Molina and into the stands, and they will give Reddick first base. Just to the left of where the screen ends and into the seats.
Pretty nasty breaking ball here by Morrow, but you can see Molina has it bounce off his glove and into the stand. So awarded first base is Josh Reddick after the strikeout.
So Reddick at first, 2 down. Chance here for Jared Saltalamacchia. Snap throw to first and look out. Reddick is going to be out. So Molina takes care of that. Reddick is picked off first base. A very good catcher, Jose Molina. It's 3-0 Blue Jays. Ballpark by getting a personalized commemorative brick. Your unique message will be engraved onto a brick that will be placed inside the ballpark. Concourses Gate B or Gate C. You'll also receive a free replica of the brick with a custom case proudly displayed in your home or office. Visit redsox.com/bricks to get your brick today. Third inning back at Fenway Park. 3-0. Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Eric Thames leading it off here for the Jays. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Well, Josh Reddick found out very quickly you can't take a big secondary lead with Molina behind the plate. He throws right behind, right from his knees behind that hitter, and gets Reddick at first base.
Yeah, cold beer light. Yeah, ice cold beer.
Grounded foul towards the end of the Red Sox dugout. 2 strikes to Thames will be followed by Bautista and Lind. We're in the top of the third inning for the Blue Jays. Got a run in the first, 2 in the second off John Lackey. To left field, and this will get in. Reddick over to play it. A leadoff single for Eric Thames. It's already the 5th hit for the Blue Jays.
Sometimes hitters hit good pitches, and this was a pretty good pitch, I thought, by John Lackey. It's a fastball that's going to be down in the zone, actually down below the knees, and Thames just goes down and slices it into left field for the base hit.
The runner on here for the Blue Jays in the third, Jose Bautista. He was 0 for 1. He grounded out to second base in the first. There's a strike over the outside corner. Lackey about to throw his 40th pitch. This one fouled off to the right, out of play. It's 0-2. Bautista, who's got 27 home runs, still some time before the break. Into already his 27 home runs, fourth most in Blue Jays history before the break, surpassing his total from last year. Last year at the break he had 24 home runs. .70 walks are the most by any Blue Jay heading into the All-Star break in club history, and again still got some time. That's outside, and it is 1-2. I'm going to go back a while too to 1994 for the last time that a player had 27 home runs and as many as 70 walks by the All-Star break. Prior to that, it was Frank Thomas back in 1994. That is outside, and it's 2-2. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Still 2-2. Bautista's homered in 3 straight and 6 of the last 11 games. In the dirt outside, full count. Lucky gives up a base hit to Thames to begin things here in the third. Now full count to Bautista. Lined into left field by the dive of Scudero. Up to second base goes Thames. Jose Bautista with a ringing single. 2 on, nobody out here in the Blue Jays third.
Now this ball hit very hard by Bautista. A hard ground ball that's quickly going to get by Marco Scudero. You can see every pitch in that at bat, just about every pitch away from Bautista. That's how the Red Sox try to approach him. That ball came a little bit toward the middle on the 3-2 count, and the hard ground ball base hit.
With Mass Insider, you'll be the first to know about exclusive deals, discounts, and promotions across the Commonwealth. Go to facebook.com/Visit Massachusetts to join for free. 2 on, nobody out, and Adam Lynn, the batter, as he takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Lynn struck out swinging in the first inning, one of 2 Ks for John Lackey in 2+ innings of work. (2-0). John Lackey 5-6 in his career against the Blue Jays with a 5.12 earned run average. Fouled off, 2-1. It's already the 3rd appearance of the year for Lackey against the Jays. First at Fenway Park. 1-1 with a 9.24 earned run average. Blue Jays hitting at .328 as a team against John Lackey. Giving up 9 runs in 6 2/3 May 11th. Turned out to be his last start before heading on the DL with the right elbow strain. 2 on, nobody out, and 2-1. Inside, almost hit Lynn. 3-1. Sent foul off to the left, full count. Line to center. It's in for a base hit. Thames being waved around from second base. He will score. And the Blue Jays will take a 4-0 lead. John Lackey gives up 3 straight hits here in the third, and the Jays get their 4th run.
And Lynn continues to wear out Lackey. We mentioned 571 coming into the game. He did strike him out back in the first inning, but here in the third, the line drive base hit up the middle on a fastball. Thames has no problem scoring from second base. And a 4-0 Toronto lead.
Action already. Dan Wheeler warming in the pen for Boston. This season against Toronto, John Lackey's earned run average has not been good. It jumps to 1043 at the moment right now. Nobody out in the third. Two on, nobody out, and Edwin Encarnacion, the DH. There's ball one. Flied out to left fielder Josh Reddick in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Popped up. Foul ground is Saltalamacchia. Comes back but runs out of room. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. 2 on, nobody out, a run in. 1-0 to Encarnacion. Lays off and takes ball 2. In the air to deep left center field. Back goes Ellsbury. This will take him to the track to make the catch in front of the wall. Back to second goes Bautista. Lynn to first. Encarnacion gives it a ride, but he's out number 1 of the inning.
Ball left to bat. It looked like it had a chance to go off that left field wall, but just died out there. And Jacoby Ellsbury had a chance to go back to the warning track to make the catch just in front of the wall. See what Bautista is at second base. He wasn't quite sure what that ball was going to do. Hit the wall or be caught.
So 1 down, 2 on, and Aaron Hill the batter. A solo shot in the second inning as he takes one down and away. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Got that one by him at 93. 1-1. Lackey coming in had 3 straight starts with 2 or fewer runs allowed. And here today, the Jays getting into 4 runs so far here through 2 1/3 innings. Looking for more. There's ball 2. Allowed 4 more runs in 6 of 7 starts against the Blue Jays since joining the Red Sox in 2010. That's outside, and it's 3-1. Three third ball count to last 4 Blue Jays batters. And Hill batting now. Travis Snyder will be next. That's on the corner. Full count. 60th pitch for John Lackey. Line just over the glove of Scudero into center field. A base hit. Bautista being waved around. He'll score. And the Blue Jays take a 5-0 lead.
Well, Hill so far having a big day. The home run now, kind of a soft line drive that just gets over the glove of Marco Scudero to drive in Bautista.
So 2 on, 1 out. And Travis Snider coming up. He doubled and scored in the second inning. Turns on this and sends it foul. Snider got called up today from Las Vegas. Rejoins the Blue Jays. Hitting .333 in 49 games in Vegas as a swing and a miss, 0-2.
A change up that time from Lackey, one of the few that he has featured in this game so far today. It's been mostly fastball and cutters.
Well, I saw Snider at the end of April. He got sent down on April 29th and spends all that time in Las Vegas. AAA now back again for today's game and hopes to stick this time. And a double in the second. It's now 1-2. Hooks it down the right field line. This is going to get in and be trouble as it rolls down there to the corner. Lynn will score. Hill's trying to score from first base. The throw from Pedroia is going to be not in time. 2 more runs for the Blue Jays. And Toronto on top 7-0. Terry Francona out to get John Lackey. With 1 out in the third, the Blue Jays have a 7-0 lead. Sports Radio Network. Every weekday morning, wake up with Dennis and Callahan for the best sports talk and a whole lot more. That's weekdays at 6 a.m. on the WEEI Sports Radio Network, right here on NESN. 5th time this year that John Lackey has surrendered 6 or more runs. It's 7 so far. He's responsible for Travis Snider at second base. And his call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Dan Wheeler into the game for the Red Sox. His 26th appearance, 1-1 with a 5.92 earned run average. 19 strikeouts. Opponents hitting at .287 against Wheeler. Facing Jose Molina. Swings and pops it up into right field. Drew in and over. And JD will make the catch for the second out. And a mock cheer here at Fenway after the Red Sox get their second out. Another tough outing for John Lackey. And another tough outing against the Blue Jays, a team that he's really had trouble against. John McDonald, the batter, single to center field in the second inning to knock in a run. His 14th RBI of the season. Check swing foul at the plate. McDonald, the 8th man to bat here in the inning for the Blue Jays. Runs being racked up here as Brandon Morrow, the starter for the Jays, has waited 22 minutes at the moment. 0-1 is fouled back.
Taking another shot at Joe Castiglione with a foul ball. I mean, they've been targeting him.
He's been a target lately
all season long.
I think that came up a little bit short. hand still hurts. From Houston.
He said he tried to make the play barehanded. He should have gone with two hands.
That's his waving hand, too. The 0-2 is in the air to left. Reddick will move over and make the catch and ends the inning. Dan Wheeler shuts down the Jays. The two batters he faces, 7-0 Blue Jays.
5 tour at MGM Grand at Foxwoods on Saturday, July 16th. For tickets, visit foxwoods.com or ticketmaster.com.
7-0. The Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Last half of the third inning. Jared Saltalamacchia, J.D. Drew, and Marco Scutaro. There's Brandon Morrow as the Sox have their work cut out for them. Bad news is they're down 7-0. Good news is they got a lot of innings left to try to come back in this game. It's a 25-minute wait for Brandon Morrow, but he's got lots of room now. And as Saltalamacchia stands in. There's strike one. He's on the ground down the first baseline, handled by Lind. He'll take it to the bag. The first out of the third inning as we check in with Heidi.
Well, Don, Jose Bautista is having an MVP candidate type season. He leads the league in just about every offensive category and has reached base an astounding 72 of the 77 games he's played so far this season. I talked to his manager, John Farrell, about how impressive his season has been.
He's such a selfless player. We've taken a potential Gold Glove right fielder because of our need, moved him to third base. And he is all about what our team needs at the moment to try to win a game, try to put us in a better position to win day in and day out. I think that speaks volumes of the person and not just the performer. And he's just a tremendous ambassador, not only for the Blue Jays organization, but the city of Toronto as well.
Farrell mentioned Bautista's move to third base. That was about a week and a half ago so that they could get more production at the third base position and make room for Eric Thames to come up for AAA. The Blue Jays also, as Don said, recalled right fielder Travis Snyder today, who had been struggling because he was sent down earlier this season because he was struggling in April. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. And Snyder has contributed already in this game. He's got 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. It's interesting to see a player like Bautista, as John Farrell pointed out, a player of his ilk, be willing to move around and make those kinds of adjustments to help the club. And coming into play third base, also an amazing number of votes that he got in the All-Star game, which you would imagine. Of course, the Blue Jays PR staff did an outstanding job, really, of going through that entire promotion. They had buttons. We were wearing pins when we were in Toronto.
That's right. That's right. You're exactly right, Don. They had quite a campaign going for Bautista, but did he really need it? I
don't know. I mean, he got 7,454,753 votes. It was a swing and a miss. J.D. Drew strikes out. That was an MLB record number of votes. 6.1 was the previous mark, so Bautista crushed that. The Jays fans stepped up in a big way. There are the numbers.
And, of course, he's going to be part of Big Papi's home run hitting team, which, of course, was a no-brainer.
Yes, that appeared to be. I would pick him if I was captain.
I would call it, say, Mr. Bautista, this is a Rem Dog from Nesson calling. We're going to have a bunch of guys go to Arizona and hit some home runs. Would you like to please join me?
Yeah. It'd be tough to omit him from your list.
Yeah.
There's ball 1 to Marco Scutaro. Marco hitting at 267, 3 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Center fielder Rajay Davis over towards right center. There's ball 3, 3-0. Play for Scutaro to go the other way as he bats 2 outs, bases empty in the third. There's a strike, 3-1. Top of the Red Sox order, Jacoby Ellsbury waiting on deck. Strike 2 as Morrow battles back. Full count. Morrow coming to the Jays from Seattle, the Brandon League deal. Line to left and in for a base hit. This will get through to the track of the wall. Scudero throws the brakes on as Thames gets it back in quickly, but the Red Sox get their second hit. 2-out base hit for Scudero.
Scudero now 5 for 9 in his career against Morrow. A 3-2 fastball inside part of the plate and hit so hard out toward left field. Played very well in left field by Thames. That holds Scudero to the single, and especially down by 7 runs.
Scudero is 8 for 14 against his old team, the Toronto Blue Jays, this season. 2 outs, he's aboard at first, and here's Jacoby Ellsbury. He takes strike 1. Ball 1, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Down 1-2.
Change up that time for Morrow to get ahead of Jacoby Ellsbury. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's the change up on the outside part of the plate. Little tail to it.
In the air to right field. Playable for Travis Snyder. Makes the catch that ends the 3rd inning. We played 3. Toronto on top 7-0. Top half of the 4th inning back at Fenway Park. It is the top of Blue Jays order. Rajai Davis to lead it off. Dan Wheeler at the only 2 batters he faced in the 3rd, and is back out there for the 4th inning. Relief of John Lackey today, who in 2 1/3 gives up 9 hits and 7 runs. Lucky to not walk anybody. Struck out 2. Was on the hook. Outside 1-1 to Rajai Davis. Davis doubled, stole a base, and scored in the 1st. Popped out to second base in the 2nd inning. Check swing foul, and it's 1-2. The pitching line for John Lackey is brought to you by Ace Ticket. All 7 runs are earned. The total is 65 pitches, 41 for strikes. Jay's got a run in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and 4 in the 3rd. Davis lifts a pop-up into shallow right. Pedroia's out there, give way to Drew, comes in and makes the catch, 1 down.
Well, certainly not the day John Lackey had hoped for today. A lot of pitches down the middle of the plate. That's the Aaron Hill home run. High fastball there from Lackey that gets in up over the glove of Scudero. And a breaking ball that stays out over the plate. Thomas said there'd be days like this, and today was one of those days.
1 out in the 4th inning. Eric Thames, the batter. That's good stuff. I don't think I've heard that before. That's good.
Trying to save one thing new for every year, you know. That's 23 things. I have 24 things I've come up with over the.
Thames fouls it off, backing out of play, and it's 0-2. He's flied out to center and single. It's up high, ball 1, 1-2. popped up. Back at first again, and it is Adrian Gonzalez who will make the catch. 2 down. I want to remind you to join us tomorrow at 6 for Red Sox first pitch, driven by your New England Acura dealers with TC, Peter, and Heidi. The Red Sox continued their 3-game set with the Blue Jays. Peter will break down tomorrow's pitching matchup between John Lester and Brett Cecil. Plus, the Boston Globe's Peter Abraham will have the latest news and notes from around the majors. That and much more tomorrow at 6, and it's only on NESN.
That's the first voice that you hear every night. Tom Caron bringing you Red Sox baseball.
With first pitch, Jose Bautista with a swing and a miss. 1 for 2. Bautista grounded out in the first inning, singled and scored in the third. Wheeler's retired all 4 Blue Jays that he's faced since coming into the game. A lot more work lately. Gave up a run in the 9th on Saturday against the Astros. It marked the 10th game that he'd finished this year, second most behind Papelbon. Third game in the last 4 days for Dan Wheeler. There for strike 2, 2-2. The aerial coverage for today's game is courtesy of Liberty Mutual. They're at the Esplanade already today, camping out their spot for tonight.
A lot of the roads closed in Boston early this morning because of the crowd expected downtown for the festivities tonight.
Ball 3, full count.
You should go out in your paddle boat and have your own
festivities in the river.
Yeah. Throw a couple of firecrackers off there. I don't know if that's legal in Rhode Island.
Probably not.
No.
I thought you meant bring it here. I don't know if I'm going to get back in it again after the incident. This is to shallow right as Drew comes in and over. And JD puts it away. It's a 1-2-3 4th inning for Dan Wheeler. 3.5 done, 7-0 Blue Jays. Convenient 2-hour format, Sox at 2. Presented by Ace Tickets. Great seats at great prices. Bottom of the 4th inning back at Fenway Park. 7-0 the Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Dustin Pedroia, Adrian Gonzalez, and Kevin Youkilis. Pedroia reaching on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Getting his second look today, Brandon Morrow. He's got a big lead to work with today for the Blue Jays. For Morrow, as far as runs allowed, he's allowed 3 or less runs in 9 of his 13 starts. 2-0 pitch is hit high in the air to left field. Eric Thames, the left fielder, is there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. It's time now for today's AT&T trivia question. Prior to John Lackey, who was the last Red Sox pitcher to start consecutive years on the 4th of July? Some of our servicemen and women here today at the ballpark on July the 4th. One down in the 4th inning for Adrian Gonzalez. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Morrow with 3 strikeouts in his outing. And a swing and a miss. This one fouled off to left out of play, and it's 0-2.
Oh, a two-handed catch. Very nice play. Somebody was screening him in front, too.
Swinging a foul, hangs at 0-2. '50th pitch, and it misses for ball one, 1-2. In the air down the left field line, hooking as Thames runs over. That will land foul. One ball, two strikes to Adrian Gonzalez with one out in the fourth. Chopped right side. Aaron Hill at second base has got it, and Gonzalez is out number two. And Morrow continuing to pitch well here today for the Jays, has two outs in the fourth.
It was interesting last night flying back from Houston. Past some of the biggest cities. You get a lot of cities had fireworks displays last night, and you could see some of them from the plane. I don't know if you happened to catch any of that.
No, I slept for most of the flight. I watched the Angels and the Dodgers truthfully. I had my shade shut. I missed all that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty impressive.
Popped up foul, and over is Molina trying to get there, but it's back into the seats. So how many different cities fireworks do you think you saw last night?
Quite a few, especially as we got closer to the East Coast. You know, that's where most of them were happening. There's not much between there and Houston, so well, there were odd places, but you know, not many fireworks displays.
None that you're interested in.
No, at that point I was sleeping. So.
0-1 to Youkilis. There's ball one, 1-1. Center fielder Rajai Davis towards right center. Youkilis to go the other way. Look out. Youkilis gets hit. Greg Barajas, the trainer, out to check on him with Terry Francona.
Couldn't tell exactly where this was, but it looked high, almost around the neck area. Right at the top of the back, just above the two. That is the 9th time that Kevin Youkilis has been hit this season.
Fifth batter that Brandon Morrow has hit this year. It looks like he's coming out. And Michael Navarro will pinch run for Kevin Youkilis, who leaves the game.
Well, Youkilis has been fighting a lot of things recently. That foot, getting hit by that pitch off the shoulder. 7-0 ball game, down the runway he goes, and Michael Navarro in replacing him.
So 2 down, Navarro at first, and here's David Ortiz. Full shift on here for the Jays. Counts it foul for strike one. David struck out swinging in the second inning. David hitting at 300 right now. Has not been under since May 23rd. As he takes a pitch down and in. Red Sox with just 2 hits in the game. Single for Jacoby Ellsbury in the first inning. Single for Marco Scutaro in the third. Had at least a base runner in every inning. And there for another strike at 95 from Morrow. It's 1-2. Ortiz grounds it right side. A flip to the third baseman. Jose Bautista recovers for the out that ends the inning. It is 7-0. Blue Jays on top. Hits this season. The Select Habitat for Humanity affiliates in eastern Massachusetts. 7-0. The Toronto Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. We get ready for the top half of the 5th inning from Fenway Park. Michael Navarro stays in the game after pinch running for Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis struck by a pitch, looked like on the top of his back. And Navarro comes into pinch run and now takes over at third. Adam Lynn leading it off here in the 5th. And more Dan Wheeler. That is only his 19th pitch. He's come into this game and he has retired 5 Toronto Blue Jays. So he's back out there for his 3rd inning of relief. Lynn hits a one-hopper sharply to Gonzalez. He'll take it to the bag. 1 down here in the 5th. Let's check in with Heidi.
Don, before the game, the Red Sox had a very moving ceremony to celebrate our nation's Independence Day. U.S. Navy training petty officer Bridget Leiden got to surprise her family by coming here to throw out the first pitch and spend a few days with her family before heading back to active duty. I asked her how special this moment was.
It was indescribable. It was the best feeling in the world, just seeing my family and seeing the look on their faces. That was incredible.
And you haven't seen them since October then. How did all this come about?
Well, I got an email from my officer on the ship, and he told me that they were going to pick one of the people from Boston on the ship to film a shout-out, and I got picked. And I didn't know that the shout-out also included to come home for the game.
Bridget also did a wonderful job throwing out the first pitch to Tim Wakefield. She will get to spend the week with her family before heading back to active duty on the USS Ronald Reagan on Saturday. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. A great ceremony here at Fenway Park prior to the game on this Independence Day. Edwin Encarnacion kind of throws his bat at it, lines out to short. Scutaro makes the catch. Look at the ceremonial first pitch that Heidi just mentioned. Great job, Tim Wakefield.
He's got a land legs back, right?
Yes.
Going to strike to Wakefield.
Two down here in the 5th inning for Aaron Hill. A little home run in the 2nd inning. Singled and scored in the 3rd. 2 for 2, and all that was against John Lackey. Just joining us today, John Lackey. 2 in the 3rd innings, gives up 7 runs, and the Jays jumped on him early. This one is on the ground by the mound to Scutaro at short, and Dan Wheeler continues to mow him down. He has retired 8 batters. 7-0 Blue Jays. We're made up at easternbank.com. 7-0. The Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. And look at the Navy Yard at Charlestown. It's a great day here in Boston. Lots of sunshine at Fenway Park. Red Sox try to put together some runs as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Being out hit 9-2, trailing 7-0. There's Josh Reddick, Jared Saltalamacchia, J.D. Drew expected to bat in the inning. Alfredo Aceves warming in the Red Sox pen. 2 2/3 from Dan Wheeler. Fires all 8 batters that he has faced in this game. As Reddick fouls it off. Reddick reached on a wild pitch after striking out in the 2nd inning. The 1 is in the air down the left field line. Thames on the run will get there to make the catch. First out of the inning. It's time now for the answer to today's AT&T trivia question. Prior to John Lackey, who was the last Red Sox pitcher to start consecutive years on the 4th of July. And the answer is Derek Lowe. Actually started on that date 3 straight years, 2002 through 2004, winning 2 of those 3 starts. Prior to Lowe, Tim Wakefield started 2 years in a row, 2000 and 2001. Wakefield actually recorded a save in 1999 on the July 4th date. Lackey picked up the loss last year against the Orioles on this date. Jared Saltalamacchia grounded out in the 3rd. And a swing and a miss, 0-2, 96 from Morrow. Outside, 1-2. Only 2 hits today for the Red Sox. Jacoby Ellsbury with a single. Marco Scudero with a single. Two and two. Center fielder Rajay Davis over towards right center. They play for Saltalamacchia to pull in the outfield. Grounder foul outside of first.
That didn't sound too good. Looks like Saltalamacchia is going to need a new piece of lumber.
Ball 3, full count. It had been 0-2. This one fouled off. Still 3-2 to Saltalamacchia. Swing and a miss. Elevates at 97. Saltalamacchia can't catch up. 4 Ks now for Brandon Morrow, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, Morrow right now pitching nice and relaxed. He's got the nice 7-0 lead. He's throwing strikes. That time he elevated, got Saltalamacchia to chase a high fastball, picks up the strikeout.
Last time out, he went 4 1/3 against the Red Sox back on June 11th. He's already gone longer here today. 4 2/3, has 2 outs in the 5th.
10 hits and 9 runs in that ball game.
Drew is 0 for 1 as he fouls this off the home plate umpire. Crew Chief Jerry Lane getting that one.
Getting a little assistance from Molina behind the plate. Looked like he held him up. His Lane looked a little wobbly.
This is really a very veteran crew. You take a look at this umpiring crew. This is up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Drew. Red Sox only their third hit of the day. First for Drew.
And sometimes we see the shift put on J.D. Drew. Had the shift been on, that might have been an out, but not the case this time. Playing him to pull for sure, but right under the glove of Morrow in his center field for the base hit. The 2-out base hit for Drew.
This umpiring crew, Jerry Lane is the crew chief, but you got Bob Davidson, who's the third base umpire, and Tim McClellan at second base. So this any one of those guys could be a crew chief and have been. As this pitch is in there for a strike. Brian Knight not as veteran as the other three, but this is a veteran crew and then some. Marco Scutaro singled in the third.
Tim McCullum's been around for a long time. I mean, he was umpire when I was playing, for crying out loud. He threw me out in Toronto one day.
Don't you have the picture still?
Yeah.
He's tall too.
Very tall. I couldn't get in his face, anywhere close to his face, so I had to jump. And then once I jumped, I was out of the game immediately. But I did reach, I think, close to his face anyway.
Ejected for jumping.
But they took the picture as I was fully extended.
Good ups?
Yeah, in those days I could get up, get it a little, you know, just a little bit better than today.
His first year in the big leagues was 1983.
83, yeah, he's been around a long time.
The 3-1 pitch to Marco Scutaro. He is outside, ball 4, and all of a sudden, trouble with the 8-9 men. The Red Sox order for Brandon Morrow. Single and a walk with 2 outs here in the 5th. Well, tonight at 10, join Jade McCarthy for Ness and Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Have an NHL free agency update, highlights from today's 4th of July games around the majors, plus Patriots quarterback Tom Brady's big omission after being named the NFL's top player. All this and much more on Ness and Daily tonight at 10, only on Nesson.
I wonder what the omission was.
I don't know.
Who would name the top player?
Have to tune into Ness and Daily and find out. 2 outs, 2 on. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, singled in the first, flied out to right in the third. A lot of games at night in the majors today. Tampa Bay and Minnesota are playing day game, but Minnesota has a 4-0 lead over Tampa Bay. A couple in the National League playing day. Everything else is tonight. Includes the Yankees, who are in Cleveland tonight.
I imagine all those games will have fireworks after the ball game, so it'll be a good day for announcers to get out of the ballpark pretty quickly without a lot of foot traffic.
There's all the night action tonight going on in the majors.
Fireworks barrage out there getting ready for the big celebration tonight.
In the air to center field, Rajay Davis in a full sprint back towards the warning track. Can't make the catch. From second, Drew will score. Scutaro's coming around to score. To third with a 2-run triple goes Jacoby Ellsbury.
It's hard to believe that that's the first triple of the season for Jacoby Ellsbury. He really puts a charge in this. Up over the head of Rajay Davis in center field. And all this coming with 2 outs, a single, a walk, and now the triple by Ellsbury. See Rajay Davis right at the last minute trying to add some speed to get to that ball, but couldn't do it. And Jacoby with the head first slide into third base. He made that decision on his own as he took a peek back at the play.
Safe at third, safe and secure. New York Life. First at bat today for the Red Sox with the runner in scoring position, and Ellsbury makes good. A triple to drive in two. His second hit of the day, 2 for 3, and now Dustin Pedroia. Dustin has reached on a fielder's choice, flied out to left, 0 for 2. There is strike one. One and one. Morrow was cruising right along. Got 2 quick outs here in the 5th, and all of a sudden a single by Drew, walk by Scudero, a 2-run triple by Ellsbury, and it's happened fast. It's outside, 2-1, didn't go. Three and one. Bruce Wall, the pitching coach, looking on as Brandon Morrow running into some trouble here in the 5th. Adrian Gonzalez waits on deck. Pedroia fouls it off. 97 for Morrow, still throwing very hard. Look out, this one gets away. From third base comes Ellsbury. It's now 7-3. Here come the Sox in the 5th. They've scored 3 off Morrow in a hurry.
Well, you set it down earlier. Plenty of time left in the ball game. You peck away, peck away. You get ball 4 here, plus a wild pitch. And another run comes across, so the Red Sox have 3 on the board now.
They have changed the call on that, called it a pass ball on Molina. So Pedroia at first base on the walk. It's the second of the inning and of the outing allowed by Morrow. And Adrian Gonzalez, who is 0 for 2. Adrian has struck out and grounded out. Some stirring right now going on in the Blue Jays pen. Nobody is up yet. There is strike one. Wait for Gonzalez to pull in the outfield. Way off the line and left is Thames. '30th pitch of the inning is not close. 1-1. Pitch 90 of the outing coming up for Morrow. In the air to left. Back to the wall, and it's going to be off the wall. Pedroia trying to score from first. He will, and the Red Sox have scored 4 times so far in the 5th. Wall ball double for Adrian Gonzalez to drive in a run.
Now Gonzalez now has 11 RBI against the Blue Jays this season. That ball played off the wall and got by Thames, and that allowed Pedroia to score. It was probably going to be a second and third situation, but once the ball got by him in the outfield, it rolled quite a distance back toward left field. There goes Thames, unfamiliar with the wall, gets in too tight, And once it gets by him, Pedroia is able to come around and score.
So Gonzalez at second base. And now it's Yamaiko Navarro who takes strike one. He bats for the first time. He had pinch run where Kevin Youkilis was hit in the back with a pitch from Brandon Morrow and left the game. It's outside, 1-1. Navarro made his first start of the year for the Red Sox yesterday at shortstop, after getting a pinch hit home run in his first major league home run. Swing and a miss, 1-2. This was back in the fourth inning. Kevin Youkilis hit right above the 2 and the 0. High in the back. Youkilis left the game. Navarro ran for him. Now bats here in the fifth with Gonzalez at second base and 2 down, and now Morrow wants to talk to Molina. Still no action in the pen for the Jays.
But they were stirring.
They were doing some stirring when I looked up initially. They're not stirring anymore. But they may not be far from stirring again, Jerry. In fact,
here comes some stirring.
Some stirring is about to happen right now before our eyes. Ready for stirring?
There you go.
There you go. 1-2 is back up the middle. Hill's got it around the bag. The throw is in time, and the inning is over, but a very good inning for the Red Sox. They score 4 times. 7-4 Blue Jays on top. Series, John Lester gets the ball for Boston. Lester, who was not named to the All-Star team, would be looking for his 11th win of the year and his 3rd of the season against Toronto. Lester is 2-0 with 3 starts this season against the Jays. His last start against them was on June 12th when he tossed 8 innings of 2-hit ball for the win. NESN's live coverage gets underway at 6 with Red Sox first pitch. 7-4 now. Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Boston scoring 4 times in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Alfredo Cevis into the game for the Red Sox to pitch the 6th, his 22nd appearance of the year, 3-1, a 3.75 earned run average, 28 strikeouts and 50 1/3, but 23 walks. And opponents hitting at .233 against him. Very good job today by Dan Wheeler, who retires all 8 of the Toronto Blue Jays that he faces in his outing, in relief of John Lackey, who was for all 7 Blue Jays runs. Jacoby Ellsbury, all-star Jacoby Ellsbury, a 2-run triple to get it all started for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th. They get 4 quick ones against the Jays. And now Cevis will try to keep it right where it is, with Snyder, Molina, and McDonald coming up for the Blue Jays. Travis Snyder doubled in the 2nd. He doubled in the 3rd. He's driven in 2 runs. Down and in, ball 1. On the ground down the line and by the dive of Gonzalez. So kick off the boxes and stop. And Drew's got to run it down as Snyder runs to second base with his 3rd double of the day. He's had quite a day in his return to the majors.
3 doubles, a couple of RBI for Snyder. He gets the fastball, cut fastball from Cevis, and he takes it right down that first base line by the dive of Adrian Gonzalez. That is a career high for Snyder, 3 doubles in a ball game.
Oh, double to get it started in the 6th inning, and here's Jose Molina. He was 0 for 2. He is struck out swinging and flied out to right. Molina bunting it down the first baseline. Aceves, one play, it's at first, and he makes it. As moving over is Schneider to third base. No sacrifice here for Molina. Immediately following the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC, Peter, and Heidi get a breakdown of John Lackey's performance, including his take on today's outing. Plus, we'll have the manager's perspective in the From the Press Room segment. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live.
Red Sox pull the infield in with a man at third base and 1 out. Number 9 hit a McDonald at the plate.
He singled and flied out to left. Outside and low, ball 1.
If you're going to sacrifice a man at third base, you never know about a squeeze play. That's always a possibility.
And Kurt Young out to talk to Alfredo Aceves.
Aceves was winding up with the man at third base. I think they prefer that he work out of the stretch position. That keeps that runner at third base a little bit closer with the infield in.
Leadoff double by Travis Snyder. Sacrifice bunt for Jose Molina. Keeps Snyder to third. John McDonald now ahead in the count, 1-0. McDonald pops it up foul. That'll get back and out of play. Nice grab.
Toronto fan.
On the corner for strike 2, 1-2. Donald fouls it off to the right. Still down 1-2. Aceves at 93 miles an hour. On deck, top of the order, Rajai Davis. McDonald fouls it off, still 1-2.
free-for-all.
Popped up. This may stay playable for Gonzalez over in front of the Red Sox dugout. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Ball gets away, and Saltalamacchia will run it down.
Well, big out here for Aceves as he goes to the fastball up and away, gets the pop-up to Adrian Gonzalez to get a big out. There's the ball getting away from Saltalamacchia. But of course the runner at third base cannot score. That Marco Scudero covering home plate?
Couldn't tell. It was Marco who was at home plate. 2 outs in the inning. Snyder at third base and Rajai Davis. Didn't offer, says Brian Knight, first base umpire, in the bunt bid, and it's 1-0. Rajai Davis back in the first inning, doubled and scored. Since then he's flat out to second base and to right. Is outside. 2-0. Ball 3, 3-0. Now, Thames next. Blue Jays batting in the 6th with 2 outs in the inning. There's a strike. Davis took a step towards first, but strike call for Jerry Lane. 3-1. Fouled off to our right. Full count now. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 2 outs in the 6th inning with Travis Snyder 90 feet away, and Fredo Aceves trying to take care of Rajai Davis here and end the top of the 6th inning. There's a 7-run lead today for the Blue Jays, down to 3. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Shortstop just from short comes Scudero to step in front of the second base bag and make the catch. They leave Snyder at third base. 5.5 done. 7-4 Blue Jays. Reach league roster until this Thursday, July 7th. Go to RedSox.com and cast your All-Star Game final vote for the final 2 All-Stars for the game in Phoenix. Vote at RedSox.com. So you can vote for on the American League side or the National League side. 7-4 Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox, bottom half of the 6th inning. As we play along here at Fenway, and the Red Sox got 4 back in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're going to do some more damage here as they come to bat in the 6th. David Ortiz 0 for 2 today as he takes ball one. Brandon Morrow giving up 4 runs in the 5th inning. And now falling behind 2-0. Action for the Blue Jays. Luis Perez swarming last inning, back up again this inning. Three and 0. Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Big Papi. 3rd walk given up by Brandon Morrow and a good start to the 6th inning.
Yeah, last inning the Red Sox got things started with 2 outs. This inning the leadoff man on, and John Farrell out to the mound.
A short leash as Brandon Morrow walks the first batter that he faces in the 6th inning, and that'll do it. So his day is over. 7-4 Blue Jays have the lead here. The pitching change from Fenway. Inning is the pitching change here for Toronto. 18th appearance for Luis Perez. It's 1-1 with a 3.71 earned run average. 26 2/3, got 23 Ks, 8 walks. And opponent sitting at 267 against Perez. 5 of his last 17 have been more than 2 innings worth of work. When you want to hear the latest news and information on your favorite baseball team, tune into the best sports talk Wednesday morning 6 to 9 a.m. with Dennis and Callahan on the WEEI Sports Radio Network and NESN. It's the home for Dennis and Callahan, heard every weekday morning at 6 and also seen right here on NESN. Darnell McDonald will pinch hit for Josh Reddick here in the 6th inning.
What do you say the guy's name was? Joey Chestnut?
I believe that's what he said.
Joey Chestnut.
Yes.
60 hot dogs.
David Ortiz, the leadoff walk in the 6th inning. Now Darnell McDonald, who takes ball one. Blue Jays had a 7-0 lead in this game. Brandon Morrow leaves after 5+, still responsible for Ortiz at first base. Grounder foul. Reddick today reached on a wild pitch after he struck out and flied out to left in 2 at-bats. Pinch hit for here by Darnell McDonald in the 6th. Donald grounds it foul, 1-2. McDonald 0 for 2 this year with the bases loaded, but hit by a pitch as a pinch hitter. Swing and a miss, strikes out this time. 1 down in the 6th inning. So Perez comes in and strikes out the pinch hitter.
Yeah, Perez go to the fastball down and in that time. No contact by Darnell McDonald. Saltalamacchia will switch around to the right side of the plate.
Jared today is grounded out to first and struck out swinging 0 for 2. On the ground to third base, it explodes on Bautista. He recovers and throws just in time to get Saltalamacchia on a bang-bang play. It'll bring Terry Francona out of the dugout.
From first glance, it looked like Saltalamacchia was safe at first base. Good strong throw by Bautista, but it looked like Saltalamacchia had hit the bag. That's very close. Looked like he hit the front of the bag just before the ball got in the webbing of that first baseman's mitt.
That's a tough one.
That's very, very close.
So 2 down, David Ortiz at second base. As J.D. Drew stands in on the left side and takes ball 1. Drew struck out swinging in the 3rd inning, singled and scored in the 5th. J.D.'s single with 2 outs got the 4-run inning started. That's a strike, 1-1. Arbor Coat exterior stain by Benjamin Moore, revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. Ortiz at second, 2 outs, so 1-1 to J.D. Drew. That is ball 2, 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Wells is retired. Both batters he's faced. And McDonald to strike out. Saltalamacchia to ground out. Marco Scudero, number 9 man, waiting on deck. Morrow still responsible for Ortiz at second. There's strike 2. Drew strikes out. Luis Perez closes the door on the Red Sox in the 6th inning. 7-4, Blue Jays on top. Darnell McDonald staying in the game in left field after he pinch hit for Josh Reddick. Alfredo Aceves back out there for another inning of relief. Worked his way around a leadoff double by Travis Snyder in the 6th inning. And it's Eric Thames who leads it off in the 7th and takes strike 1. Thames with a single in the 3rd, a 1-for-3 day. And strike 2, 0-2. In the air to right field, J.D. Drew is out in right. Makes the catch battling the sun for the first out of the 7th inning. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the #1 SBA lender in Massachusetts in 2009 and 2010. Find out more of what we're made of at easternbank.com. One out in the 7th inning, Jose Bautista will chop one down the 3rd baseline. Picked by Navarro, plants and throws. Oh, what a play by Yamaiko Navarro. Nice pick in the backhand that shows off that strong arm. 2 down.
That was a laser he threw across the infield to get the out on Bautista. Nice play, first of all, backing up, going toward the line. Gets that in-between hop, and then the strike to first base to Adrian Gonzalez. That by no means is an easy play right there. Beautiful play by Navarro.
Two down here in the 7th inning. Adam Lynn coming up. Then struck out in the 1st, singled and scored in the 3rd. Grounded out to first base in the 5th. A 1-for-3 day for the Blue Jays first baseman. Mason Fraser, right-hander, up for the Jays. Then takes a pitch down and in, 1-1. Sevis is now retired 5 batters in a row. The bullpen has done a great job. It's the bullpen, only 1 base runner. Double by Travis Snyder off of Sevis, who comes in again. And it's 2-1.
Sevis trying to go inside, almost hits Adam Lind. Didn't miss him by very much.
This is outside, 3-1. Ball 4 and he loses Len, so a 2-out walk. First walk of the day given up by Red Sox pitching. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 13th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Now 2 down here in the 7th inning. Adam Lind is at first base after a 2-out walk. It brings up Edwin Encarnacion, who takes ball 1. Encarnacion flying out to left in the 2nd, flied out to center in the 3rd, and lined out to short in the 5th inning. Good ball in there for strike 1.
There's the breaking ball that has Encarnacion breaking backwards, and it picks up the inside corner.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Fouls it up with a cut fastball away.
Yanks that one outside. Fastball, and it's 2-2. The check at first, and Lynn back to the bag. Two outs in the 7th inning. Lind, who walked at first. Did he go? They'll check. No, says Brian Knight, first base umpire. Full count. And Sevis about to throw his 30th pitch. On deck is Aaron Hill with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. He is on the ground at third base and through Navarro. Right through the wickets into the corner. McDonald's got to run it down. Lynn's still running. He's going to try and score. The throw will be dropped, and scoring all the way from first is Lynn. So that 2-out walk very costly for Sevis, as it turns out. The Blue Jays had a run and take an 8-4 lead.
Well, you make one great play in an inning, as Navarro did. Now you make a bad mistake. The ground ball right through the legs of Navarro, all the way down into the left field corner, and a run comes home for the Toronto Blue Jays. Momentum had kind of been on the Red Sox side. All of a sudden, the Blue Jays had a run here in the 7th inning.
So 2 down. Edwin Encarnacion at second base. Run in. Aaron Hill, the batter. 2 for 3. He's homered, singled, and grounded out to short. Driven in 2 runs. And the sub is taking too much time as Hill backs out. This ball 1 away. Breaking ball in there for strike 1, 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2. Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. Blue Jays batting here with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Toronto had 2 quick outs when Sevis walks Adam Lynn with 2 away. Then Edwin Encarnacion reaches on a 2-base error committed at third base by Navarro. And the Jays now lead it 8-4. Scoring for the first time since the 3rd inning. 1-2 pitch to Aaron Hill. 2-2. Set foul down the right field line, out of play. Red Sox scoring 4 times today in the bottom of the 5th inning to get back within 3 at the time. The Jays have added 1 more here in the 7th, making the comeback a little tougher. Fouled off down the right field line. We'll do it again, 2-2. Fouled off again. Battling here, Fredo Sevis.
37 pitches so far for Sevis since coming into the ball game.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Aaron Hill. Two pitch to Aaron Hill again. Just outside. And it's full count now, 3-2.
Third straight batter as Sevens has had a 3-ball count on.
Last two have seen full counts. Lind, who walked eventually, and Encarnacion getting on the error by Navarro. 3-2 pitch. On the ground at third base, another chance for Navarro, and a tough hop. And his throw is good, and the inning is over as the Blue Jays had a run in the top half of the 7th inning. We'll keep it right here at Fenway Park on this Independence Day for God Bless America.
On the center field video
for the Blue Jays, and it included a home run for Aaron Hill in the 2nd inning. For Hill, his 4th home run of the year. Blue Jays got a run in the first 2 in the 2nd and 4 in the 3rd. Kevin Youkilis gets struck by a pitch from Brandon Morrow and had to leave the game. Michael Navarro comes in to run for him. The Red Sox start to put some runs together in the 5th. A 4-run 5th inning, including a 2-run triple for Jacoby Ellsbury. And the Red Sox to time back within 3, but the Blue Jays have added a run in the top half of the 7th inning. And it is now 8-4 Jays as we head to the last half of the 7th inning at Fenway Park. Brandon Morrow giving up those 4 runs in 5+ innings. 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Pitcher of record with a chance to get a win today for the Blue Jays. Luis Perez has been in since the 6th inning. The guy who goes multiple innings for John Farrell, and looks like he's going to try to do that today. Marco Scutaro is the batter. He's been on twice. Marco singled in the 3rd, walked in the 5th inning. Inside ball 2, 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Scutaro fouls it off the plate, and the count evens at 2-2. After Scutaro, we'll see Ellsbury and Pedroia here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox trying to get to this Blue Jays pen. Jason Frazier looking on. Blue Jays earned run average as a staff in the pen 4.48. That's 12th in the American League. This is on the ground, chopped to 3rd to his left. Bautista. Throw is in plenty of time. 1 down in the 7th inning. Well, coming up after the game today, it's Granite City Electric Red Sox final with TC, Peter, and Heidi. With the final word from Fenway and a preview of John Lester's start tomorrow as he goes for his team-leading 11th win of the season. Plus highlights from around the majors. It's all coming up right after the game, only on NESN. Aerial coverage provided by Liberty Mutual. They'll be celebrating their 100th anniversary. 1 out in the 7th inning. Ellsbury singled in the 1st inning, flied out to right in the 3rd. Knocked in 2 with his triple in the 5th. That'll skip in for ball 1. Games when Perez has gone more than an inning. He's got a 1.77 earned run average. So left-handed batters just a 196 average. Up over his glove, may have deflected it and slows it down. Reaching at first is Ellsbury with one down.
And once it deflected off the glove of Perez, base hit for Ellsbury. He had an opportunity at it. Looks like he just jumped a little bit too soon. And then once it gets by him, all McDonald does is kick the baseball. He knows he's got no chance.
One out, one on. And Dustin Pedroia coming up. 3-hit day for Jacoby Ellsbury. There is strike one. Pedroia reached on a fielder's choice in the first. He flied out to left in the fourth inning. Walked and scored in the fifth. Ellsbury, the first base runner to reach against Luis Perez, who retired the first 4 Red Sox he faced after coming into the game. Pedroia fouls it off and it hangs at 0-2. Pedroia waiting on an 0-2 from this lefty. Down and in, 1-2. Bring Gonzalez on deck. 1 out, 1 on. Pedroia fouls it off. Still 1-2. Balk charge to Perez. Ellsbury heads to second. Time may have been out. See, home plate umpire Jared Lane is hopping out, saying the time was out.
He called timeout, and then that's when prior to the balk happening. So Jacoby goes back to first base. You see the umpire right there called timeout, and that's when he stepped back off. He started forward, then stepped back. I don't know if it was before the timeout call. Interesting. Very close. Got a couple of close ones today, Don.
Jerry Lane waving it off. Is Ellsbury back to first base now with 1 out to 1-2. He is just outside. 2-2. Pedroia to center field. Davis coming in. It'll fall in for a base hit. Ellsbury takes second on the single for Pedroia, his first hit of the day.
1 for 3 this afternoon for Pedroia. He gets a changeup that's down in the zone and drops it in front of Rajai Davis out there in center field.
Two on, 1 away, and Adrian Gonzalez coming up. Adrian struck out in the first inning, grounded out to second base in the fourth Double to drive in a run in the 5th. Red Sox trailed 7-0 at one point in this game. It's now 8-4. As they try to get some more runs here in the 7th. Gonzalez takes strike 1. Looking for his first career hit off Luis Perez. Fouls it off and is down 0-2. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. One out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gonzalez grounds it to first. Lind will go to second for 1, back to first for 2. Double play that ends the 7th inning, grounded into by Gonzalez. It's 8-4 Blue Jays at the end of 7. Live presented by Uno's, TC, Peter, and Heidi at 6:30. Peter sits down for a conversation with Red Sox General Manager Theo Epstein, plus the Boston Globe's Peter Abraham. The latest news and notes from the Red Sox clubhouse. Our coverage begins live from Yawkey Way tomorrow at 6, only on NESN. Notice the top of the 8th inning back at Fenway Park, 8-4. Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Alfredo Aceves back on the mound again. His 3rd inning of relief. It is the bottom 3rd of the Blue Jays order coming up. Travis Snyder, Jose Molina, and John McDonald expected in the inning. Snyder is 3 for 3 today with 3 doubles in the game. 1 to center, 2 to right. He has driven in 2 runs. First major league action since April 29th. And a pitch down and in. Saltalamacchia wanted that one away. They ended up down and in, 2-0. This one fouled off, 2-1. Morales going to start warming up here, looks like, for the Red Sox in the pen. On the ground to first base, Gonzalez has got it. He'll take it to the bag himself for the first out of the 8th.
Now you've got to tip your cap to the Red Sox bullpen today. They've done just about everything they've been asked to do. Keep the Red Sox within distance. Certainly Dan Wheeler, Aceves now.
With 7 of the 8 runs given up by Red Sox pitching today, charged to John Lackey, the starter, and went just 2 1/3. 1 unearned run in 5 innings for the pen. Jose Molina goes around, according to Jerry Lane.
Only hit the bullpen has given up is a double to Travis Snyder back in the 6th inning.
And then for strike 2, 0-2. Curveball has been good for Sevis. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Jose Molina. Back-to-back curveballs to get him.
Now, second time today, Molina has struck out. He struck out on a cut fastball back in the second inning. Now the curveball from Aceves here in the eighth inning.
2 down for John McDonald. Singled in the second inning to drive in a run. Since then, he's flied out to left. Fouled out to first base. Low and away, ball 1. Sevis last worked on Saturday, went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 1 run. That is a strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Last start Aceves made was June 21st against San Diego. That is strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. On the ground and by the dive of Navarro at third base. It's into left. John McDonald has his second hit of the day.
And both hits today for McDonald coming on the curveball. Drove in a run back in the second inning on a base hit. And now this 2-out base hit also on a curveball from Aceves. Gets it by the dive of Yumiko Navarro.
So a 2-out base runner for the Blue Jays. Back up top for Rajai Davis. Doubled back in the first inning, stole a base and scored. Since then, he's flied out 3 times. As he takes ball 1 down and away. In the air, struck well to left center field. Back goes Ellsbury on the warning track. He's going to play it off the wall from first base. John McDonald's going to try and score. Throw from Pedroia to the plate is going to be not in time. Another very close play, but McDonald gets in according to Jerry Lane, and the Blue Jays take a 9-4 lead.
Well, the relay was executed perfectly by the Red Sox. A nice play in center field. Here's the play at home plate. McDonald with a pop-up slide. Looked like the foot might have got in there before the tag. If it did get in there, yes, it did. Here's the relay throw from Pedroia coming in. You can see Saltalamacchia trying to block the plate, but I believe the foot did get a part of the plate before the tag came on.
Alfredo Aceves' stay is over. The Blue Jays have a 9-4 lead. Boston Globe home delivery at bostonglobe.com/sports. Alfredo Aceves done after 2 2/3 innings, as he is responsible for the runner at third base, and Rajai Davis charged with 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 unearned, and Franklin Morales into his 6th game of the year. No record, a 3.86 earned run average. 4 2/3, giving up 5 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts, and opponents hitting at .263 against Morales. He's got an inning and 2/3 perfect frames over his last 3 appearances since being activated from the DL on June 28th. Went on the DL initially with a left forearm strain. Had 6 rehab appearances for the Pawtucket Red Sox and a 1.42 ERA there. John McDonald with a nice slide getting in here after his 2-out single has added on for the Blue Jays, who now have a 9-4 lead. Rajai Davis ended up at third base. He's there with 2 outs in the inning, and Eric Thames is the batter. Thames takes strike one. And a single back in the third inning, a 1-for-4 day for the Blue Jays left fielder. That's outside, 1-1. Second time Morales has pitched here at home for the Red Sox. Everybody else has been away. It's acquired from the Rockies on May 19th. Chance for a player to be named later or cash considerations. It's outside, 2-1. Include his numbers with the Rockies. 13 of 19 outings overall this year have been scoreless, including 9 of the last 13. Two 2-1 to Thames. It's up high, 3-1. Set up straight away on Thames as Rajai Davis gains his lead at third base. There's ball 4, and down to first base goes Thames. So Morales comes in and walks the first batter that he faces. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and Jose Bautista the batter. Singled in the third inning, a 1-for-4 day. Go to first, and they pick him off. Nice move from Morales. Able to get Thames in the inning. The Blue Jays get a run. It's 9-4 Toronto. Tomorrow, play today as NESN's coverage of minor league baseball continues. Kentucky Red Sox are in Rochester to take on the Red Wings tonight. Al Whalen takes the mound for the Paw Sox, coming off a 1-hitter in his last start. It's all live at 7 right here on NESN.
Well, nice pickoff move here by Morales. Very close to being a balk move, but not called a balk. And Thames out at first base. Takeouts any way you can get them.
And Jason Frazier into the game now for the Blue Jays. His 37th appearance of the year. He's 2-1. The 2.70 earned run average, 27 strikeouts and 33 1/3, and opponents hitting at just 205 against Frazier. Comes in after 2 innings from Luis Perez. Perez gave up 2 hits but no runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 2, and now Frazier will deal with Yamaiko Navarro. This one foul back. Now a pinch ran for Kevin Youkilis in the 4th inning. Youkilis leaving after being hit in the upper back with a pitch. Matt Albers warming in the pen now. This is low and away. Back in the 4th inning. Brandon Morrow hitting Euclid sort of up the 2, it looked like, and had to leave the game. Marco Navarro has been in ever since. And sends it foul off to the right, out of play. Morrow in his first at bat grounded out to second base in the 5th. Two and two. Into center field, a base hit for Navarro. Leadoff single to start the bottom of the 8th.
Now Navarro gets a fastball, takes it hard up the middle for the base hit. Swung the bat well since joining the Red Sox. Good solid contact.
Leadoff single here in the 8th, and here comes Big Papi. David struck out in the 2nd inning, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and walked in the 6th inning. 0 for his last 13 as he stands in on the left side. Ortiz down the left field line. Things have been swung around. It's going to fall and fall fair. Jumps up into the seats. A ground rule double. 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out in the 8th.
That's the first hit for David Ortiz since back on June the 20th against the Padres. All that time in interleague play. Outside pitch just kind of toward the end of the bat. Outfield pulled over. Bounces up in the stands for the ground rule double.
And a .324 average for David Ortiz against the Toronto Blue Jays this season. His 7th extra base hit. And he is at 2nd. Navarro at 3rd base. Nobody out in the 8th. And a good start for the Red Sox to the 8th inning. There's Darnell McDonald, who struck out swinging in the 6th when he pinch hit for Josh Reddick. Now can't hold up. Strike 1. On the corner, strike 2. 95 from Frazier.
Frazier with that fastball, the breaking ball, and a splitter. That was the fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Jared Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. Nobody out in the 8th. Outside gets off the glove of Molina, but Navarro staying at 3rd base. Jason Frazier ranking 2nd on the all-time club list for the Blue Jays in appearances. 5 games shy of the all-time club leader Dwayne Ward in 452 career appearances as a Jay. The 1-2 pitch. It's outside. 2-2. Swing and a miss. McDonald strikes out. First out of the 8th inning.
Now back to the slider for Frazier. Picked up the strikeout with men at 2nd and 3rd.
Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on NESN. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Second and third, one out here in the eighth. And Saltalamacchia is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, struck out, grounded out again. Ball one.
Hey, Benji's way better. Benji is so much better than you.
Ball two, 2-0. Frazier is allowed to run in just 7 of 36 appearances this year. J.D. Drew waiting on deck as Saltalamacchia bats here in the eighth. In the air to left center field. Struck pretty well. Thames and Davis going back at the wall. It's off the wall. 2 runs will score. The ricochet goes all the way to center, and Saltalamacchia will go all the way to third. 2 runs in, and it's 9-6 now. Toronto on top.
Saltalamacchia showing some opposite field power this time, taking the fastball that's down and out over the plate and putting it up against that left field wall. The ball gets by both outfielders, Davis first, and then Thames. 2 runs come across, and Salty headed to third base with a triple.
The infield will come in now for the Jays. It is a 3-run game again. Now they will back up as Saltalamacchia at third base with 1 out. J.D. Drew standing in. Drew fouls it off. Action in the pen now. John Roush warming for the Jays. This has gotten a little tighter here at Fenway again. Red Sox within 3 earlier when it was 7-4. Red Sox scored 4 times in the 5th. Throw to third, and Saltalamacchia gets back to the bag. They try to catch him napping.
A pickoff attempt again by Molina, who loves to throw to first and third.
One and one the count. Drew lines it to left, but right at Thames in left field makes the catch. Saltalamacchia tags coming plateward. He will score. The 2-run game now. It's 9-7. So a quick 3-spot put on the board right now for the Red Sox.
J.D. Drew with the line drive deep enough to left field to get the run home. Red Sox offenses continue to peck away at this lead. Couple of big innings, a 4-run 5th, now a 3-run 8th. This throw way off the target by Thames.
Now Marco Scutaro bats with the bases empty, 2 outs in the 8th. Frazier has been touched for 3 quick runs here in 2/3 of an inning. There is ball 1. Scutaro singled in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 5th, grounded out in the 7th. Ball and a strike now to Scutaro. 2-1. On deck, the top of the Red Sox order, Jacoby Ellsbury with 2 outs here in the 8th. Ball 3, 3-1. No, he called it a strike. I beg your pardon. 2-2. It was at the top of the strike zone. That is strike 3. Scudero knew it and fires the bat away. But the Red Sox scored 3 times in the inning. It's now 9-7 Toronto. Well, the Red Sox back with 3 in the 8th inning, and it's now 9-7. Blue Jays on top as the Red Sox get back within 2. The pitcher for the Red Sox, their 5th of the day, is Matt Albers. In his 27th appearance, 2-3, 2.97 earned run average. 28 strikeouts in 30 1/3 innings. Opponent sitting at 235 against Albers. He's tossed more than an inning 9 times this year. But on here for the 9th inning this time, and gets over for Franklin Morales, who faced one batter, walked Thames, but then picked him off to end the 8th inning. So he went a 3rd, no hits, no runs, a walk, and no Ks. Sevis, incidentally, in his 2 2/3, charged with 2 runs, 1 was earned. Canton Gals, B-Day girls. As Bautista fouls one off the end of the bat over by the Red Sox dugout. Bautista single back in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 4. It's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. John Lackey started this game. Came in with a record of 5-7 and 2 1/3. Gave up 7 runs today. Wheeler went 2 2/3 of scoreless pitching in relief. Bautista lays off, and it's 1-2. Saw Sevis, who gave up 2 runs. Morales for 1 batter, now Albers. Chop left side. Navarro cuts it off. Throws to first. Nice play. Off balance throw. He cut it off right in front of Scudero. 1 down.
Well, they've been able to keep Bautista in check today. He did have that base hit back in the 3rd inning, but since that time, 0 for 3. There's Navarro cutting in front of Scudero, and a good strong throw to first base for the out.
One down in the 9th inning. Adam Lynn coming up. Lynn with a strikeout in the 1st, singled and scored in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, walked and scored in the 7th. And takes ball 1. Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on NESN. Lynn takes ball 2, 2-0. Frank Francisco warming in the pen for the Blue Jays. He has had a tough time closing out games against the Red Sox. Is outside, 3-0. Francisco is 9 for 13 in save situations this season. Really very shaky against the Red Sox, though, in the season series. 3-0. is ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Adam Lind. Second time he has walked today. Red Sox, incidentally, in the bottom of the 9th inning, will have the top of the order. Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Gonzalez. The right people coming up. It's going to keep it where it's at right now. As Edwin Encarnacion is 0 for 4 today. Did reach on the error committed by Yamaiko Navarro. Third base in the 7th inning. There's ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 94 on the fastball from Albers.
Good sinking fastball from Albers that dipped down and out of the strike zone, and had Encarnacion chasing it. You almost wish you made contact on that. It might end up being a double play.
Go back to Canada, bro. My brother would have hit it.
1-2 is lined to left. Back goes McDonald to make the catch in front of the track. 2 down. Sharply hit by Encarnacion, but out in the direction of Darnell McDonald. 2 down.
Hey, your brother would have put it off the fence, bro. You're garbage.
So 2 down for Aaron Hill. Hill homered back in the 2nd inning. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Since then, 2 groundouts. So a 2 for 4 day for Aaron Hill. There's ball 1 to Hill. 96 from Albers, but missing for ball 1. There is ball 2, 2-0. Red Sox losing the last 2 July 4ths in a row. And trailing here 9-7 on this July 4th from Fenway Park. It's outside, ball 3.
Oh my God, that's so good. That's garbage. You should be umpiring Little League.
There's a strike, 3-1. Travis Snyder waiting on deck. Jays batting here in the 9th, trying to add on to their 2-run advantage. Chop left side, and Scudero diving from his back will throw to second, but not in time. Nice play by Scudero. Unlucky he didn't throw it into right field. His backside got it to second, and safe there is Lynn.
Yeah, very nice effort by Marco Scudero from his backside, making that throw, but not in time to get Lynn at second base. So the inning continues for the Blue Jays. Pedroia coming off the bag to make sure that ball does not get into right field.
So 2 on, 2 outs, and Travis Snyder He returns to the major leagues today for the first time since April 29th. He's had a very good day. 3 doubles in the game. And has driven in 2 runs. Also grounded out. He will softly chop it left side, and Navarro is off balance throw in time. Nice play. The Blue Jays strand a pair. The Red Sox are coming up, trailing by 2. It's 9-7 Jays.
Just how you covet, it's how you treat it. And Jacoby Ellsbury back in the 5th inning, a triple to deep center field. Drives in 2 runs with this triple. And a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Ellsbury picking up his 41st and 42nd RBI of the season.
9-7, the Jays on top of the Red Sox. Boston coming to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they do it against Frank Francisco. Closer for the Blue Jays, his 28th appearance, 1-4 with a 5.01 earned run average. Mentioned earlier, 9 out of 13 in save opportunities, and his strikeout to walk ratio 26-13. Now here are the numbers we were also talking about earlier. 16 games against the Red Sox. He is 0-3 with a 12.51 earned run average. Red Sox hit it .406 against Frank Francisco. So he is in to face the top of the Red Sox order. Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Pedroia, and Adrian Gonzalez.
In 5 save opportunities of the Red Sox to the Red Sox, he's only been able to save 1 game. He's blown 4 games against Boston.
And 0-1 against them this year. As Ellsbury stands in to get it started. Red Sox trailed 7-0 at one point in this game. It's now 9-7 as we start the bottom of the 9th. Ellsbury takes ball 1. A 3-hit day today for Jacoby. Just saw his triple. He's also singled twice in the game. Knocked in 2 runs. And 1 for 3 against Francisco in his career. There's strike 1. Pedroia, then Gonzalez in the 9th. Inside, 2-1. On the ground right side and off the glove of Hill into right field. Ellsbury is aboard to begin the 9th. Base hit, 4th of the day for Jacoby Ellsbury.
Now Hill not showing a great deal of range here at second base. He goes into the dive, but the ball deflects off his glove. That'll go as a base hit for Ellsbury. Big day for him at the top of the lineup.
Lead runner on in the bottom of the 9th as Dustin Pedroia stands in. He has been on 3 times today. Benefit of 1 base hit. That came in the 7th inning. There is ball 1. Ball 2, 2-0.
Not even close on the first 2 pitches.
We got Roush up in behind him. And all of a sudden now Papelbon. Struck out the side yesterday in Houston to get the save and wrap up the sweep of the Astros. Hoping he'll get a chance. Red Sox here standing in is Pedroia, 2-0. Ball 3, 3-0. Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck. Pedroia takes the strike, and it's 3-1. Ellsbury takes off as Pedroia swings and misses. And taking second is Ellsbury.
Looks like this might have been ball 4 up and in on Pedroia, but he swings to run the count to 3-2. Ellsbury picks up the stolen base. First of the day, 27th of the season.
Pedroia strikes out. A big strikeout for Frank Francisco. It's the first out of the 9th.
All fastballs from Francisco there, throwing the fastball by Pedroia for the strikeout. That time it was a good pitch, a knee-high fastball.
One out in the 9th inning. Adrian Gonzalez coming up. Gonzalez striking out in the first, grounded out, doubled, and then bounced into a 3-6-3 double play in the 7th. Ball 1 inside. One career at bat for Adrian Gonzalez against Frank Francisco, but it worked out for Adrian. 1 for 1 with a home run. Tap foul, and it's 1-1. Michael Navarro waits on deck for the Red Sox. They bat here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jacoby Ellsbury at second base. One pitch to Adrian Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Elevates at 96 and gets it by him.
He's got that very deliberate delivery, but then very good velocity after that. 96, 97.
Ready to stay with us for Granite City Electric Red Sox final complete post-game coverage coming up after the game from our Nesson studio. But first, a bit of business here. 1-2 pitch coming to Adrian Gonzalez. And it's inside, 2-2. Red Sox just 2 for 7. Runners in scoring position today. Gonzalez strikes out. Frank Francisco gets him. Back-to-back Ks of Pedroia and Gonzalez, and there's 2 down.
Well, after all those fastballs, something off speed right there at 87 miles an hour from Francisco. And had Adrian Gonzalez out in front.
Is that a split?
Looked like it might have been a split-fingered fastball. A little dip on it right at the end.
2 down. Runner at second is Ellsbury, and Navarro is coming up here. Instead of Youkilis, he was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning and the top of his back and left the game. So it's Navarro instead. And he's gone 1 for 2 since coming into the game. Had a Ringing single in the 8th. Navarro with a swing and a miss at 97. First time Yamaiko Navarro has faced Frank Francisco. Navarro takes ball 1. David Ortiz waiting on deck with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. On the corner for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Navarro strikes out, and Frank Francisco gets the save today, shuts down the Red Sox in the 9th, strikes out Pedroia, Gonzalez, and Navarro to wrap it up as the Blue Jays hold on and win 9-7. And frustrating day for the Red Sox, Jerry, especially the Red Sox came all the way back.
Well, it was, and you know, when you get off to a start like the Red Sox did today, John Lackey just did not have it, giving up 7 runs early in the ball game. You got a long mountain to climb. The Red Sox, they climbed about 3/4 of that mountain, but not all the way back. This was back to the American League, wasn't it? This kind of game, 9-7, all the hits. But the Red Sox come up on the short end, and John Lackey, not a good performance today.
9-7 is the final. The Blue Jays beat the Red Sox. For Jerry Remy and Heidi Watney, I'm Don Orsillo saying good afternoon from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow night for Game 2 of the series. It'll be Leicester against Cecil. Our live coverage from Yawkey Way begins at 6. This has been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Let's send it now to the NESN HD Television Center and Tom Caron.